There is no end in sight for the pain that Target is suffering as a result of rolling back DEI. It is now experiencing its 11th straight week of foot traffic declines in its stores. Meanwhile, Costco is experiencing its 16th week of increased foot traffic. While we hate to see this, even Walmart is up 2.7% in foot traffic over the same period. And this all comes back to Target not understanding its consumer base. When it comes to Walmart, most people know who they are as a company, and most liberals have given up shopping at Walmart decades ago. However, Target invested over $400 million in diversity, equity, and inclusion just to give up on it as soon as Donald Trump gave them any pressure. And it truly keeps getting worse for Target. Black clergy members across the United States encourage their congregations to participate in a 40-day fast around Easter. They're now encouraging their congregations to extend that beyond the 40 days.
Those who are against DEI, they need to understand what they are for. And what they are for is pre-inclusion and equity. And what I say often to MAGA people,
I say that to you so that you can have context of the liability of the deficit and the dysfunction of economic development of the black church.
I don't know a black church that does 100 million. I'll start there.
Right.
But it's a whole bunch of white churches that do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yes.
I think this is powerful because
How much money do you think Charles Stanley made?
Definitely a lot. The whole
Yeah.
Stanley family, they undeniably, they're good.
Yeah.
So, but I think like,
But let's not run by that. No, I'm serious. I think on record,
important.
Charles Stanley was an amazing teacher.
Yeah.
Amazing man of God, amazing leader. And there's no discussion about how much money he makes, where he lives, what the estate is worth, or that the Stanleys were the largest distributors of Amway in the country, and they did it under the ministry. So nobody talks about the Stanley headquarters that is more than 2 blocks off the highway. Come on now.
Yeah.
But how many stories about what Jakes drive?
Yep.
Where Jakes live?
Please understand that even the Dixie South was really not shaken by water fountains, or by lunch cafeterias, or by placements on a bus. When Dr. King was assassinated, he was in the midst of galvanizing the Poor People's Campaign. After the passing of the Civil Rights Bill, in private conversation with Harry Belafonte, Dr. King said, "I am afraid I've integrated the Negro into a burning house." What is the point of the Negro sitting at a lunch counter if he doesn't have money for a hamburger? Because the next progressive step after civil rights is silver rights. And if we do not understand that the real issue is not white or black, but it is green, then you are missing the frontier that we're presently on.
I want you to understand, Target board, CEO, and staff, that opening a store in the black community is not an investment in black communities. I want you to understand, Target board, CEO, and staff, that opening a store in the black community is not an investment in black communities. Opening a store in the black community is just another opportunity for you to make money. Nobody in America spends more money than black people. To our own detriment, I do not say that with a badge of honor or with pride, but we are the nation's lead consumers and embarrassingly least producers. We are the engine that moves the infrastructure of the consumer economy in America. If they want to sell anything, they've got to put a black person in. We need financial literacy. We need financial empowerment. Our issue is not knowing how to balance a checkbook. We need to know how to have access to capital. We need to know how to finance our homes and how to get businesses off the ground. Something is amazingly out of order when black people can always, without fail, get a loan to get a used car, but cannot get a loan to build a new house.
Breaking business news, Target is officially a sinking ship. The boycotts are absolutely working. So this is Brian Cornell, the CEO of Target, and this man is the corporate version of I care about DEI until it gets inconvenient. This man right here had everyone believing that diversity, equity, and inclusion were the center of Target's brand. He gave speeches, rolled out initiatives, put up signs, but then quietly pulled the plug on all of it the second the pressure hit. The Target boycotts are working and Target is a sinking ship, and Brian Cornell is the ultimate toxic boss. Number one of why he's a toxic boss, he made DEI sound like a core value and then bailed. He pledged $2 million to support black-owned businesses. They had the REACH program. They promoted supplier diversity. Now all of that's been shut down or rebranded to some weird corporate jargon speak. Essentially, it's gone. And instead of just owning it, he blamed corporate strategy, as if DEI is some seasonal marketing trend. It's classic toxic leadership, overpromise, underdeliver, and pretend it was never part of the plan. He totally abandoned employees and ethical brand partners. There are brands right now that are exclusive to Target that absolutely believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they are locked in. They are stuck in Target. And do you guys remember the backlash about the Pride displays when customers were coming in and being really hostile? The employees were the ones that had to face that backlash, that physical violence, the emotional abuse, all of those things. And upper management just totally folded because DEI was never a value for Target. It was a branding campaign. And now Brian wants to do a little PR cleanup. And he's meeting with civil rights activist Al Sharpton, which I'm sure is just going to be a bunch of corporate speak for sorry. I'm just going to say this. Target heavily underestimated their consumer base. Like real OGs that supported the Pride collections and Black History Month collections and the Black brands when they came in and supported DEI. The kind of people that care about those things, that would want to shop in stores that support those things, very clearly underestimate their own customer base. We absolutely meant it when we said that we stood for DEI. We have to continue to stand behind that no matter whatever pretty words this man comes up with. We are not going back.
For those who are against DEI, they need to understand what they are for. And what they are for is inclusion and equity. And what I say often to MAGA people, make America great again is what year? You want it to be like what year? Yeah, really. And I think that what makes America great is diversity. What will make America great is equity. And to go back to, in the 1950s, it was great. Really? When I was in the back of the bus, when I couldn't sit at the lunch counter, when I couldn't try on clothes, when my children were vilified outside of a elementary school, is that what we want to take America's greatness back to? Is the question that I often ask.
Your nice little S550 that you've been driving has 3 gunshots. The back of it, one that is directly behind your head, at the bottom, same area, and then in your trunk. 3 gunshots, really. So constable comes out, lives at my house 7 days straight. When one would pull off, another one would. It was a lot that I had to endure because my words made a lot of people have to endure a lot.
Yeah.
So I needed my own job of enduring. until I could get to the place where those who will choose to hear me, that is up to them. But it gave me a platform that made people believe that that's all there is to Kim Burrell, the controversy of her mind and what she decided to say to hurt others. And she came and apologized even to the LGBTQ. And that's what the church decided to prove even more so, unfortunately, to the world how ill-equipped we are as a conglomerate. Why we cannot get along on the same platforms, why we can't afford to see someone of your caliber walk in an environment that you have helped to save with your education, with your posture, with your fight, with your bravery, with your ability to divorce in front of the world and recover well, but you're still intimidating when you walk in a room to your sisters of the faith.
I need you to just look at either side and tell them they tried to break me. It was the intention of Satan to break you. But you know God's hand is on your life. With everything that you have endured, it still didn't break you. You still shining, you still smiling, you still looking good, you still handling business, you still taking care of your family, you still raising your children. I don't want you to sit there like the enemy got the victory, but I need you to give God glory that it didn't break me. Hallelujah. I need you to just look at either side and tell them